Come closer, let the fire warm your knees. Let the drum lean toward your chest. If you doubt power, listen well. If you trust only strength, listen longer. Because tonight, we tell the truth about how greatness is doubted before it is obeyed. This is not the tale of a woman. This is not the tale of a man. This is the tale of power that was laughed at, then feared. Long before strangers cut the land with maps, Makoru stood firm on red earth. Makoru was proud. Makoru was strong. Makoru believed it knew war. Then war came like smoke crawling low. Fire ran faster than feet. Spears found flesh in the dark. Mothers cried names the wind could not save. At the edge of the village, a hut burned until it became ash. Inside, a man and a woman fought death with bone and love. They lost, but death does not always finish its work. At dawn, among warm ashes, a cry rose sharp and angry. A child lay where fire had rested, not burned, not broken, alive. The elders stared. They whispered, "Fire has rejected this child." They named her Korlu, what death could not carry. Korlu grew thin, then strong, quiet, then dangerous. She learned early that hunger does not warn. She learned early that fear lies. She watched ants rebuild. She watched vultures wait. She listened more than she spoke. An old hunter saw her eyes. He said, "This child listens to tomorrow." He taught her to read grass bent by strangers, to hear lies in footsteps, to strike once and end the argument. Korlu learned quickly, too quickly for comfort. Then war returned. It came from the northern plains, with shields like moons and spears that thirsted. Makoru's warriors gathered. Their voices were loud, their confidence heavy. They sharpened blades. They boasted of past victories. They spoke of strength and numbers. Korlu walked among them silent. She studied the land, the slope of earth, the path of the sun. Then she spoke. "They will not attack at night," she said. "They will come at dawn when the sun blinds our eyes. They will charge fast, trusting numbers. They will push through the narrow land, near the soft ground." The warriors laughed. One said, "You speak like a child." Another said, "You speak like a woman who has never held the line." Another spat and said, "War is muscle, not words." The elders murmured. The generals waved her away. "Go," they said, "tend the fires." Korlu did not shout. She did not beg. She bowed her head and walked away. But she did not sleep. She went to the land. She walked it slowly, feeling where feet would sink, where panic would run. She dug pits where pride would rush. She bent branches where shields would turn. She laid leaves to hide truth. A few young warriors watched her work in silence. They did not laugh. They helped. At dawn the enemy came, just as Korlu had said. The sun rose low and blinding. The enemy charged fast, shouting confidence. They funneled into the narrow land. They struck where the ground softened. The earth opened its mouth. Men fell screaming. Shields tangled. Momentum died. Confusion spread like fire in dry grass. The warriors of Makoru froze, then remembered Korlu's words. They surged. Blades rang, bones cracked, blood darkened soil. The enemy broke. Silence followed. Makoru stood breathing. Slowly warriors turned their heads. They looked for Korlu. She stood at the edge of the field, spear resting on earth, watching. No smile, no pride, only certainty. From that day, laughter left her name. War learned her voice. But war is patient. Another enemy came, this one cleverer, quieter. They tested borders. They waited. Korlu watched them watching. She allowed whispers of weakness. She allowed small losses. When they struck at night, they struck emptiness. Makoru moved like smoke. Torches flared behind them. Arrows fell from trees, drums roared from all directions. By dawn, the field was silent. Then betrayal came wearing Makoru's face. One man sold paths and plans. He guided enemies through safe land. Korlu was taken in the night, bound, dragged, mocked. They laughed and said, "Where is your wisdom now?" Chains held her hands, but chains do not bind thought. She watched. She waited. When the moon reached its highest ear, she moved. A blade flashed. A throat opened. Another body fell without sound. She returned home, carrying truth. "Snakes," she said, "die alone." Years passed in iron and fire. Battles stacked like scars. Then the old king fell beneath enemy steel. Makoru trembled. Men argued. Clans threatened. Enemies waited. Korlu stood before them all, scarred, calm, proven. The warriors knelt. The drum spoke. She was crowned king, not queen, king. War changed under her rule. She trained warriors to fight hungry. She trained women to strike and vanish. She taught patience before blood. Enemies marched proudly and returned broken, if at all. They said, "She sees before we move." Beside her walked Bako, silent, loyal, unshaken. Then came the last war. Many kingdoms joined hands. Their shields filled valleys. Their drums shook the sky. Makoru stood smaller, but sharper. The valley drank blood. Korlu moved like lightning, commanding, striking, killing. Then betrayal struck once more. A spear flew toward her back. Bako stepped into it. He fell smiling. "Finish it," he said. Something ancient rose in Korlu. She became war itself. The enemy broke. Silence fell. They buried Bako with honor. They sang Korlu's name until the hills learned it. Korlu, born of ash, proved by truth, crowned by war, woman king of Makoru. And the elders say, those who listen to tomorrow must first endure laughter today. As long as drums remember, Korlu walks. The fire fades, the drum rests, the story sleeps. But it does not die.